The National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test, NEET, essential for medical admissions in our country, is now caught in a massive controversy. Not the first, but this is big, viewers. There are protests across India after 67 students got the All India first rank, raising questions over the process, over transparency. The Supreme Court as well today issued notice to the NTA, the National Testing Agency, the body responsible for holding the exam. The court has observed the sanctity of the exam has been affected. Here's more.
Students continue to protest a week after the results came out of NEET UG 2024. Number of them have knocked on the doors of the court. In one of the cases, the Supreme Court on Tuesday issued notice to the Centre and National Testing Agency over a petition seeking to cancel results of the NEET UG 2024. The court observed that the ultra-competitive medical undergraduate admission examination is, and I quote, not that simple, that because you have done it, it is sacrosanct, unquote, and the court told the NTA, I quote, sanctity of the examination has been affected, so we need answers, unquote.
The Honorable Supreme Court, one of the judges observed that it seems that with so much allegations coming, and of course they are also aware of the news, that there seems to be some lack of clarity in the proceedings, or purity of proceedings seem to be under question. That is an observation that has come off the cuff from the Honorable judges, but it's not part of a judicial record.
The National Testing Agency, meanwhile, has said earlier that there was transparency in releasing results and there were no discrepancies in results published.
The Apex Court was hearing a fresh petition in the ongoing row over the NEET UG 2024 results that claim discrepancies in scores and alleged preferential treatment to some students. The petition asked for the scores from the May 5 exam to be cancelled and for a fresh exam to be held. The court, though, said that counselling for admissions will continue, and the matter was then posted for further hearing on July 8.
Opposition has trained its guns against the government in this row, saying that the exams were biased against poor students and that it undermines federalism.
We are, we filed a case. We are fighting against NEET, and we will raise it in Parliament. Now, the whole country is seeing that how NEET is, wrong the students, how it's unfair.
The entire controversy erupted after 67 students who achieved a perfect score of 720 in the exams, with 6 of them identified as being from the same exam centre in Faridabad. With Kanu Sharda in Delhi and Pramod Madhav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
There have been many controversies in the recent past, but what is the latest? I want to take our viewers through. Why is this test, NEET, which is the gateway for lakhs of students across the country to step into the field of medicine, why has it come into question with the Supreme Court also stepping in? Well, 67 candidates, viewers, this time around, got a perfect score, 720 on 720. 67 students across the country held the India rank 1. 6 out of the 67 who got full marks from one centre in Faridabad alone. Now, 44 out of the 67 toppers answered the physics questions incorrectly. Now, these 44 students then got grace marks due to what NEET later said, an error in physics in the old NCERT textbook. Now, those who did not attempt the physics question did not get those grace marks. Some students got 718, 719 marks. Experts say such scores impossible in the NEET exam framework. Questions over normalization of grace marks given to over 1,500. The government now has set up a review panel. Allegations of paper leak, we saw what happened in Bihar. NEET says there was no paper leak, but then there have been arrests made at the back of the alleged paper leak. Why have arrests been made if there were no paper leaks? Meanwhile, the Supreme Court has sent notice to the NTA, the National Testing Agency and Centre who conducts the NEET exam, raising now a huge question mark on the veracity, the transparency of NEET. I want to cut across this evening to our panelist, Nitin Vijay, founder and CEO, Motion Education, petitioner in this case, joins us. Dr. Nand Kumar, Professor Psychiatry, AIIMS Delhi, former Sub-Dean, Examination, AIIMS Delhi. Dr. Subramaniam Swaminathan, Director, Infectious Diseases, Gleneagles Global Health City, Chennai. We also have students, Arpit Dhoke, NEET aspirant, Stuti Saxena, NEET aspirant, Devansh Raj Srivastav, NEET aspirant, Tirtha Das, NEET aspirant. I want to, before we go across to the petition, I want to bring in the students because this is, away from everything else. The NEET test concerns the lives of students who not only put years of effort, energy, studying for it. There's a financial aspect attached to it. Many of them, take tuitions to prepare for this particular examination. There is an emotional, mental health aspect for it because the amount of students who attach their own self-esteem to the outcome of this exam. Tirtha Das, NEET has come out and tried to clarify on how is it that, 67 students were 720 on 720 with the All India rank number 1. They've even gone and clarified why grace marks were given, primarily because, at least with what Tirtha, the NEET says is there was an error in the physics book of NCERT, therefore to compensate, grace marks were given. Questions have been now raised, Tirtha, on the fact that why is it that, the result was to be announced on the 14th, but it was announced on the 4th. NEET says that they did so because, their evaluation happened early. Do you agree with the explanation given by the NTA?
Hello, am I audible?
You are audible. Go ahead, Tirtha.
I don't know about the explanation given. Maybe, yes, they have done the evaluation fast. Maybe they have efficient mechanisms to do the evaluation fast. But my question is, why the rank inflation? I am getting 578 out of 720 this year. So, if you check the previous year's rank list, my rank would have been below 50,000. My rank this year is 106,486. So how come the rank doubled? I mean,
Okay.
The number of aspirants that has increased according to NTA. About 3 lakh aspirants have been
Yes.
increased. The number of aspirants, it has increased by about 3 lakh. But how can the rank inflate so much if there has been 3 lakh aspirants who have newly attempted the test, but rank inflation, the rank doubled from 50,000
So you're
to 1
questioning
lakh.
how is it this time around that you had 67 who have scored a 100%, 720 out of 720.
Exactly.
But Tirtha, the explanation given by the NTA, the National Testing Agency, is that, listen, with the point that you also raised, that this time around there were 3 lakh more aspirants who entered the exam. But I want to, Arpit Dhoke, do you agree? आप क्या सहमत हैं जो एक्सप्लेनेशन एनटीए ने दी है कि देखिए 3 लाख और एस्पिरेंट्स थे इस बार, इसीलिए रैंक बढ़ गई हैं, इसीलिए 67 नंबर 1 ऑल इंडिया रैंक होल्डर्स हो गए हैं?
Ma'am, firstly, the rank inflation is too high because if
Okay.
you consider even into the 2023 aspect, the candidates have been increased, but there has no such rank inflation that has been observed. There are numerous rank inflation that has been happened. It's been 3 to 4 times higher than the previous ranks. So the results, and NTA is clearly stating that there has been no paper leak, but still FIRs has been registered against such incidents, and only 1563 candidates are being addressed, but the rest of the 23 lakh aspirants are not been addressed at all.
All right, okay. स्तुति सक्सेना, आप अभी क्या चाहते हो? क्योंकि एनटीए ने तो डिटेल में बता दिया है कि देखिए रैंक इसीलिए इंक्रीज हुई, कोई पेपर लीक नहीं हुआ, जो ग्रेस मार्क मिले वो इसीलिए मिले क्योंकि फिजिक्स जो टेक्स्ट बुक थी वो उसमें एक एरर था. आप सेटिस्फाइड हैं या नहीं सेटिस्फाइड है, क्या चाहती हैं?
No, ma'am, I'm not satisfied. It's not the first time कि paper में there is some mistakes in the paper, or there are some bonus marks, or we can say there are some wrong questions. But only this time the rank inflation is so much. My rank was supposed to be around 10,000 something with my score, but it is now 35,000. Even if we consider that 1,500 students has received grace marks, then what about, then my rank inflation is about 25,000, then what about it?
Okay.
And according to NTA that there is fair evaluation, we all know that there is no fair evaluation in this.
All right. Devansh Raj, what do you feel? Are you satisfied with the explanation given by the NTA?
No, I'm not at all satisfied by the explanation, clarifications given by our Honorable National Testing Agency, because, ma'am, every year the applicants have been increasing 2 to 3 lakhs, but how come the rank inflated be so much that my score is 652, and I was supposed to be get all India rank of 8,000 approx, but my rank is unfortunately is 27,000. Ma'am, it is not acceptable. The clarification given by NTA that due to the competitive nature of the exam or due to the number of applicants increased this year, the rank inflated so much. No, ma'am, this is not possible. And also the grace marks given to the 1,563 students, due to these students also, the rank can't get inflated that much. Ma'am, there are some flaws, there are some faults in the agencies मतलब जो वो उस चीज को रेक्टिफाई नहीं कर पा रहे हैं शायद, और हमारी एजेंसी समर्थ हैं इन सब चीजों को कराने में, बट देन आल्सो दे आर नॉट गेटिंग इट. आई डोंट नो व्हाई.
तो सोल्यूशन क्या है? आप क्या चाहते हैं? रीटेस्ट चाहते हैं? क्या चाहते हैं आप लोग?
सिंपली सी चीज यही है कि रीटेस्ट अगर होता है तो वो उन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए हो, उन सेंटर्स पर हो जिन सेंटर्स पर जो सेंटर्स एक शक के घेरे में, जो सेंटर्स पर
जैसे फरीदाबाद हो गया, अर्पित धोखे, इसमें सोल्यूशन क्या है? मतलब जो जिन्होंने अपेयर किया है वो क्या सोल्यूशन चाहते हैं? अगर रीटेस्ट हो वो तो हो नहीं सकता, क्योंकि इतने सारे लैक्स एंड लैक्स ऑफ पीपल, यू नो, टू टेल आवर व्यूअर्स, मेडिसिन is one of the, or rather the most sought after career path for a young aspiring student right now. अर्पित धोखे क्या चाहेंगे अभी? क्या हो इसमें?
Yes ma'am, exactly. The issue is that you have to conduct a proper investigation in respect to all the centers. You have to address it properly and make sure that this doesn't happen anytime later on, so that other candidates doesn't get affected by this kind of issue.
Stuti, what is it that you would want?
Ma'am, fair evaluation. We have done preparation for almost, since I am a drop student, I have done preparation for 3 years. Now I have gotten a decent score. So now I want a fair re-evaluation.
So you want your paper re-evaluated? You want your paper, Stuti, re-evaluated. That's what you want?
Not my paper, everyone's paper, ma'am.
Everyone's paper re-evaluated. Tirtha Das, do you also want re-evaluation? Is that what you're looking at?
Ma'am, proper re-evaluation or a complete retest?
You know, re-evaluation or a retest. Retest would be very, very difficult.
Like
but
either
okay.
do a fair re-evaluation, take off the grace marks and everything, or give a proper explanation on how grace marks have been given, or do a complete retest.
You know,
like, because there have been incidences of paper leak 1 or 2 days before the examination. And in this age of internet, it is very easy to spread the paper. We all know it. Like, it will take seconds or minutes to spread the paper if one wants. So either a proper re-evaluation,
and it's happened in this case, that though the NTA says, and I want to give an example, because with what the students are saying, that it's very easy to spread the paper where paper leaks are concerned. Of course, there's a case in Bihar where the NTA says that there was no leak, but arrests have been made, so one doesn't understand why arrests have been made if there was no leak. On the other hand, in Savai Madhopur, Rajasthan, there was a paper which was in English, but the students were looking to answer it in Hindi. They walked out at 2 p.m. and many of them made public that paper. However, having said that, the NTA has also come up with an explanation where they say that these students only walked out after 2 p.m. while most students were already giving their exams at 2 p.m. But I want to cut across to Nitin Vijay, who's been one of the petitioners. The Supreme Court has now stepped in. Nitin Vijay, would you take us through what are all the flaws? The students have elucidated many, but ultimately, This is the lives of lakhs of students that we are dealing with. If we can't be transparent in this, then there's a serious problem where the NTA is concerned, the National Testing Agency.
So, ma'am, let me tell you the chronology so that it will be easier for us to understand. So, on 5th of May, NTA conducted the NEET examination. On the same day, we come up with the complaints that there is a cheating in Savai Madhopur, there is a cheating in Patna. So, again, on 6th or 7th of May, they come up with a justification that there is no cheating into it, and the students came out with the paper after 2 p.m. So there is no requirement of re-NEET or re-examination. Okay, we have accepted it and we waited for the results. We were expecting that result will out on 14th of June. On 4th of June, we suddenly got the results on the day where everybody is celebrating the democracy results. But why they are coming up with the results on 4th of June? Because we can see that they know that there is some discrepancy into the results, and they really want to cover it up so that media will not cover it. On the same day, we got to know that there is 718 and 719 marks, so that we again raised the voice on Twitter. So they again come up with the justification on 5th of June that we have given some grace marks to the kids where there is a complaint of time loss. So again, we have asked them that what is the formula for grace marks and all. Then again, they come up with the justification on 7th of June that there is a formula which is verified by the Apex Court in 2018 CLAT case. First of all, let me tell you the grace marks with the formula which they have used. It is absolutely rubbish for NEET examination. It was mentioned in the Apex Court ruling that it is not valid for any NEET and engineering examinations. It is valid only for online examinations. Why they have opted it? There is no such rule was mentioned into the bulletin before the examination that we will give some grace marks to the student those who are time loss. In time loss formula, they have considered that the efficiency of the student in first half an hour and in last half an hour is same, which is absolutely utter nonsense in case of NEET examination. Why? Let me give you an example. I'll take some time, but I'll brief you everything. So, why it is utter rubbish? Because in case of NEET, there are 4 students, those who are sitting over here. They know that in NEET, first of all, students attempt biology in first one hour and they attempt 90 questions. And for last half an hour, they attempt only the tough questions or the physics part. In the formula, what they have considered that if suppose the student has attempted 90 questions in 1 hour, then it means they have taken 40 seconds to complete the one question. And suppose if they have corrected 80 questions in first 1 hour, if suppose there is a time loss of half hour, in a case of a student, they will estimate that he will attempt 50 questions and he will correct 40 questions. So they have given him the 160 grace marks, which is nonsense. That is why we come up with a student who has a 510 marks and he is getting 720 marks. Now again, we have raised a voice against it. So they have come up with a press conference and they have created a committee, and the head of the committee is again the NT member, which makes no sense. I personally went to the NT office. They have not allowed us to enter into it. Their guards have misbehaved with us. Somehow we have managed to talk to the senior. They are not ready to talk to anybody.
Okay.
Now what we have done is that we have filed our first Supreme Court PIL. So the best part is that in Supreme Court we have to because there is a vacation into the Supreme Court, there is a summer ban. So we have to put the PIL into the diary. Today our diary application is submitted. So tomorrow itself we are expecting that we'll get this hearing date.
Okay.
Or maybe this.
You've anyway got a favourable response where the top court of the country is concerned. But I want to just allow me to open up the debate. Dr. Swaminathan, I want to pull you in. As elucidated by the petitioner, the discrepancies in all of this, doctor, are grave, and this pertains to the lives of lakhs of students. We have 2 students here who are sitting with us who themselves have dropped 2 years just to prepare for this examination. The fact is, if such grave discrepancies have appeared, the least that the NTA, the National Testing Agency, can do is be transparent. You're playing with lives, young lives, looking at a career in medicine. Now, what is it that they can do now?
First, as somebody who's been a teacher for nearly 2.5 decades, let me first express my heartfelt sympathies for the students who are stuck in such a horrible situation. This is not what you want to see after years of hard work. This preparation starts in high school. It's not something you start in class 12. You start years ahead. There's a lot of hard work which goes into it. That's the first part. The point is that I'm worried that the whole thing is not being done in a professional manner. The idea behind NEET was to have a uniform playing field where everybody will be tested fairly and equally. The idea is good. But having said that, how do you have time issues? Who is doing all of this? Somebody's head should be rolling. See, why have we not studied models from the Western world? I have written exams, too many exams in my lifetime. My last exam was 3 years ago when I had to recertify my American board. A 9-hour exam. And you know what? It ran like clockwork. I wrote it in India. It was done from America, proctored here. Everything went like clockwork. Why is it that they can do it and we can't do it? They'll give you excuses saying numbers. The point is that we have not looked at those models and made sure that it goes well. Let's look at this example of a question which had wrong answers. In the US model, I can't talk to you about other models. In the US model, when a new MCQ comes in, for the first 3 cycles, it is not scored. 20% of the questions are not scored. The questions are scored. Only after they consistently do well are they marked. So this is the way to ensure that dummy or rubbish questions are taken out. Why is it that rubbish questions are getting into the cycle? That should not happen. We need to have a way of ensuring that the questions are good. One of my teachers, who was actually one of the original people who wrote composed the exam, he told me that each MCQ takes 150 hours of work. It doesn't look like 150 hours of work went into any of these MCQs. I think more work needs to be done. So let's start with the way the whole thing is formatted. First thing is that the questions are not thought through. They are not tested carefully. They need to be pilot tested and they need to be assessed. Second, they need to be SOPs in place to make sure that this happens like clockwork. How do you not have time? How do you mismanage time? People who did that have to be fired. Who are these people? Hang them out to dry. If you're a professional body, somebody has to take responsibility. You can't just hide behind it saying, galti ho gaya. It's affecting the lives of lakhs of students. I would hate to be a medical student today. I'd hate to be a medical student aspirator today because it's really scary. The numbers who are writing.
Fair point, sir.
And on top of this, when we have stupid games being played like this, see, the intent was good. See, my concern is writing a new exam today without fixing the problems is not going to solve a problem. We're just going to create new problems. We need a deep dive. I have my sympathies are with the students today, but we need a deep dive to find out what is happening and to improve this based on international models so that it is more effective and less error prone.
There's a lot of politics which is attached to it, and we're going to keep the politics completely out of this debate because this is a people's concern, this is a student's concern, and that for us is top priority. And Dr. Nand Kumar, I want to bring you in as well. Just before that, I want to why there are discrepancies which are facing us, are staring at us in the face. Earlier on, where NEET toppers were concerned, 2019, viewers, there was only one NEET topper. 2020, there was one. 2021, there were 3 NEET toppers. 2022, there was 1 NEET topper. 2023, there were 2 NEET toppers. And behold, we have 67 NEET toppers. So the question, Dr. Nand Kumar, is it even possible for so many, 67 students, to actually score 720 on 720? And to add to it, a huge chunk of that comes in from one particular center, Faridabad.
Thank you. I think what we have mentioned, like 1 topper to 67 topper. It's a little unusual, It's unusual, no doubt about this. But in examination process, we have a process of examination that is very comprehensive, tedious, and multiple steps are involved. If such thing happens in the examination process, we can very well analyze that, why it has happened. Like the kind of question that is attempted, which center the people are coming from, who has scored this kind of marks. So multiple processes are inbuilt in the examination system that we can contain this kind of system. And mostly what is being discussed and what is happening since last few days, there is a leak versus cheating. But what it appears with this discussion that it is in selected center. So if it is selected center, so it is very, very unlikely that it is a leak. So it looks like, as per the discussion that's going on, it's a cheating, and we can look into that. Why they have scored this much? Why 67 toppers are there, and why they have scored 100% marks? These candidates, but it is not that difficult to understand and do some interpretation, so that we can fix the problem.
But Professor, but Doctor, would you at least, admit to the fact that there's a huge problem where the National Testing Agency is concerned, where transparency comes into question, because they've come at the back of these, massive pushback by the students who've been asking questions, getting no answers. They've come back with very half-baked replies. You're not being able to understand what they really mean. For them, the excuse of getting 67 toppers and some of them from only one examination center is that, 3 lakh more aspirants have joined the list of examinees. Now, that's a little bizarre.
That does not explain very well, no? Like, the number of candidates has increased, so the number of toppers have increased. It is a little unusual, not easy, in fact, to explain. But please remember this also, that NTA is conducting NEET in 2019. So they have been conducting it, and they have the set process, set standard. Why this kind of chaos happened in NEET examination 24, that they have to look into that in detail, in fact. Like, they have a board.
Okay. So to look into it, at least the NTA somewhere down the line has to come and accept that clearly something's gone wrong. Now, what that wrong is needs to be investigated, and it needs to be an open investigation where the lakhs of students who've put their life on hold at least understand what went wrong. Nitin Vijay, I want to bring you back. You've been a petitioner in the case. I'm sure you've looked back. NEET's no stranger to controversies. Is it, like the doctor says, something which has only gone wrong in this term, or has it been festering ever since 2019?
No, it is not. It was not happening from 2019. Two blunders have happened this year only. The only problem is that we are not questioning the intent of NTA. The only problem is that NTA is not ready to accept. Any organization can do the mistake, any person can do the mistake, any media house can do the mistake. But the reality is that they are supposed to accept it and do the needful. It's a life of 24 lakh students. Let me put 8 major points that raises a question to the blunders the NTA have done this year. First is that the level of the paper. I am a teacher and I'm teaching for last 17 to 20 years. And we teach around about 50,000 students every year. Let me tell you, the level of the paper is similar to what it was the earlier years, like 2023. In 2023, 20.5 lakh students appeared. This year, 24 lakh students appeared. Only close to 15% student number appeared students have increased. But if you see, last year 605 marks, general category, general EWS and OBC students are getting the colleges, MBBS colleges, right? And there are 26,000 rank on 605 marks. This year on 605 marks, it is 76,000 students above 605 marks. How it is possible? It is really unbelievable to believe, right?
Right.
Second, 67 students got the top rank. I really do not want to repeat it. In case of Patna FIR, a student mentioned, it was mentioned into the FIR, a student mentioned that he got the paper one night before, he solved the paper and the same questions he got on the next day. Why we are not seeing it? Why we got the result on 4th of June? The grace marks was not mentioned into the bulletin. Why they put it into the second stage? Why it was not told to every student that if suppose there is any discrepancy in your center, just mention it, we'll allot you the grace marks. Why it has been given only to 1,563 students? The students, those who have not filed the complaint, what was there? What is wrong with them? Only issue was raised, only those who have raised the complaint. Formula which was used in grace marks is utter rubbish according to me. It is nonsense. Please take care of it. It is either you want to do the normalization, then do it in a proper way. They put down it into that way that it is a rule of apex court. It is clearly mentioned that it was not for this engineering and medical exams. Again, there was a Ayushi case. It is coming continuously to the media. her roll number was 2404118407441. When you open this roll number, you will not get any result. But if you replace 8 by 3, you will get the result. And what she was telling is that when she approached the NTA office or NTA people, they have sent him the email which that his OMR sheet was torn apart. I'll tell you my personal experience. When we went to the NTA office, we saw some of the parents and the student was arguing with the NTA staff, and they were telling that once they get the result, their PDF of OMR was not uploaded. When they tried to argue with the NTA people, they were not allowing them to talk. They were not allowing them to see their PDF. After so much of arguing, they give their OMR sheets, which was completely different.
Right. Nitin Vijay, you've got a very strong point. The court is listening to you clearly, the top court of the country. And where the NTA is concerned, the National Testing Agency viewers, we're going to continue to ask them questions. We tried very hard to get somebody to represent NDA on the show today. Sadly, we don't have them, but what we will do, we did speak to the NTA DG. Listen in and we'll be right back.
सर, छात्रों की क्लैरिटी के लिए ये जो सवाल है बार बार पूछा जा रहा है कि ग्रेस मार्क्स जो दिए थे उसका फॉर्मुलेशन क्या था, अगर आप हमें समझा पाए बहुत सरल भाषा में कि फॉर्मूला क्या आपने यूज किया, क्योंकि हर बच्चे को अलग अलग ग्रेस मार्क्स दिए जा रहे हैं।
ये जो एक 2018 का सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जजमेंट था उसमें एक फॉर्मूला दिया गया था, उसके बेसिस पे कैलकुलेट किए गए थे कि बच्चे ने जितना टाइम किया और टाइम लॉस हुआ, कि जितने टाइम में कितने क्वेश्चन किए, उसमें कितने सही किए, कितने गलत किए, और जो लॉस हुआ उसी के हिसाब से उसको एक फॉर्मूले के तहत उस लॉस में उतने टाइम क्वेश्चन और कर लेते, तो उसके बेसिस पे उनके मार्क्स रिवाइज किए गए।
तो सर, जैसे आप बता रहे हैं कि सिर्फ 1600 यानी कि 1600 बच्चों के साथ जो है ये इशू आ रहा है 6 सेंटर्स में, उसका संज्ञान आप ले चुके हैं, और कमिटी जो गठित की है सर उसमें कौन कौन है और कमिटी अभी क्या क्या देखने वाली है आगे सर?
इसमें जो इशू यही था कि जो अभी जो कंसर्न्स आ रहे थे कि कुछ बच्चे एक सेंटर से उनको ज़्यादा मार्क्स मिल गए, टॉप कर गए, और इनको ज़्यादा ऐसा लग रहा था कि ये डिस्प्रपोर्शनेट मतलब आउट ऑफ प्रोपोर्शन मीडिया में या स्टूडेंट कम्युनिटी में जा रहा था ये इशू। तो ये इशू को एक बार फिर से रिविजिट करने के लिए, एड्रेस करने के लिए हमने एक हाई पावर्ड कमेटी बनाई है जो इसको देखेगी कि जो रिकमेंडेशंस हमारी ग्रीवेंस रिड्रेसल कमेटी ने दी थी उसको एग्जामिन करेगी और उसके बेसिस पे अपनी रिकमेंडेशंस देगी अबाउट एक हफ्ते के समय में, और उसके बेसिस पे हम निर्णय ले लेंगे।
We'd also like to add grace marks were also given not just because of the paucity of time, they were also given at the back of a physics textbook which the NTA says had an error by NCERT. Therefore, to compensate, those who appeared on that paper were given compensatory or grace marks there. But Dr. Subramaniam, I want to bring you in on this again. Are you satisfied in the way which NTA is dealing with this crisis? Because even in this year, there are lakhs of students who don't really know. There are pros where the NEET examination is concerned, but right now, if you look at it, the cons are overtaking that.
See, I think they should take a leaf out of what everybody else has done. It's not like mistakes have not happened in other competitive exams. Please understand, if people thought NEET was bad, you should look at the competitive exams in Korea and Japan. They are incredibly more competitive and horrible. Point is, are we saying that there are no mistakes that happen in them? The answer is no. It can happen, and in the US at least, there is data on SAT errors that have happened, the Scholastic Aptitude Test and things like that. So they have a protocol for that as well. See, my concern is exactly what you brought out. What is the protocol? Like grace marks. Why was this not discussed a priori? This should have been on the website saying, if you have this problem, then we'll give you grace marks.
But Dr. Subramaniam, we figured right now, I'm sorry to, come in between because we're reaching the end of the show. We figured the discrepancies. They're glaring, they're in our face. This round of the examination, what's the solution? What can be done for these 4 students who are joining us on this bulletin, hoping that, the petitioner in this case wants to come in, Nitin Vijay, come in. What's the solution that offers hope to these 4 kids who are joining us?
So according to me, the best solution is this, that Supreme Court should create a committee of subject matter experts, academicians, and the data scientists. And they should ask the data from NTA. They should identify the malified centers, disbar them, and again conduct the NEET on that centers only. Do not punish all the students, right? And then again re-evaluate the marks of those malified center students and normalize it according how they are doing into JEE Main, and inculcate them into the new result. Make a new result so that the cutoff marks will drop down.
Dr. Subramaniam, do you agree with this?
I would also go one step further. I would say they should reach out to other countries which have competitive exams and will handle this very sensibly to try and find out how they did it. Why are we trying to reinvent
Dr.
the wheel?
Nandkumar,
People have already faced
sir,
this.
would you agree with what the petitioner just said, that this could be a possible solution this year?
Hello?
Yes, Dr. Kumar, do you agree?
Sorry. So, so I think, we have to rethink on this. For any examination, if such kind of thing happens, there is a predefined standard process how to resolve this. Say, for examination, delay in question paper booklets and collecting the answer sheet. So we have to look into that.
All right.
And if talking about a high-power committee, then we need to look into.
No, but what Nitin Vijay said, I want to also cut across to the 4 students there. Arpit Dhoke, with what the petitioner Nitin Vijay just elucidated, do you in principle agree that identify the centers where there seem to be a discrepancy and, don't punish everyone, but hold re-examinations there?
Yes,
Dr. Kumar, you wanted to make a point. Go ahead. 1 second. Dr. Kumar wanted to complete. Go ahead, Dr. Kumar.
Discrepancy is there certainly, but we need to look into that, how much it is there, whether it is localized in some place or it is generalized. So we need to look into that. Conducting the re-examination for the entire student, 24 lakhs, is not that easy process.
No, but that is not what Nitin Vijay is saying. He's saying do it in centers where there is a discrepancy. I just want to quickly ask the students if this is what they are looking at. Arpit Dhoke, will you be satisfied if that formula is put in place?
Yes, ma'am. I would totally agree with NV sir's solution to and put forth by Dr. Swaminathan.
So you will agree with that. Stuti Saxena,
Yes,
will you be satisfied? I know you've dropped a year, but are you happy with the solution if this is what is accepted? You're on mute, Stuti. Okay, Tirtha Das, you go ahead.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly support Anvi sir. What he said actually makes sense and is practical. It can be implemented very easily. I think we should go ahead with that.
Okay, Devansh Raj, will you be satisfied? Okay, there's a problem there, but it does seem out of the 4 students, we've had 2 of them saying they're completely satisfied with the fact. Stuti, you're back with us. Will you be satisfied? Go ahead. You're on mute, Stuti. You're on mute. Okay.
Yes, I'm also satisfied with NV sir's solution. This might give us a fair evaluation of everything that is going on.
Okay. All right. Okay. But let's just hope the Supreme Court has now stepped in. Let's just hope that we get the best solution possible for our students. 24 lakh of them, viewers. The field of medicine is one of the most sought after, the most aspired for, where our young lot is concerned. Some of them have dropped years hoping, for a career in this field. And all we can do is give them transparency. And that's all we hope for. Thank you all for joining us. Appreciate it. Trust India Today to take this or make this as a personal campaign for us where we put forth the voice of the students right before anything else. Thank you there for joining us. Meanwhile, let's get in a bit of politics. Cutting across to Uttar Pradesh, the Gandhi siblings were back in their family bastion, Rai Bareli, for a special Thanksgiving. Rahul attacked the Prime Minister in his speech. The Congress MP-elect said that after 2014, India saw politics of hate. Not just that, he showered praise on Priyanka Gandhi, claiming had she fought Varanasi, she would have defeated the Prime Minister. However, there were multiple opportunities that Priyanka Gandhi did have to fight any election from any possible constituency, which she denied. Meanwhile, Rahul Gandhi defeated Uttar Pradesh's BJP leader Dinesh Pratap Singh in Raebareli constituency, and it was his way of thanksgiving to the people who voted for him.
सिर्फ अयोध्या में नहीं, वाराणसी में जान बचा के निकले हैं प्रधानमंत्री। और मैं आपको कहता हूं और बहन से कह रहा हूं, अगर ये लड़ जाती वाराणसी में, अगर ये लड़ गई होती, तो आज हिंदुस्तान के प्रधानमंत्री 2-3 लाख वोटों से वाराणसी का चुनाव हार जाते।
All right. Meanwhile, Andhra Pradesh is all set to welcome Naidu Garu as its chief minister at the Shubh Muhuratam tomorrow, 11:27 a.m. Janasena chief Pawan Kalyan hopes to be his deputy. Preparations are underway for the swearing-in ceremony, which will see the likes of our Prime Minister Modi and a slew of celebrities in tow.
After painting the town yellow, Chandrababu Naidu is all set to take oath. Andhra Pradesh, after giving a resounding mandate, is now set to turn Naidu Nadu. On Wednesday at 11:27 a.m., Naidu will be taking oath as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. In a joint meeting with allies Janasena and the BJP, Naidu was named as the chosen one.
ఈ రోజున సైబరాబాద్ ఉంది అంటే అది శ్రీ చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారి దార్శనికత. ఎన్డీఏ కూటమి తరపు నుంచి ముఖ్యమంత్రి అభ్యర్థిగా శ్రీ నారా చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారి పేరుని జనసేన పార్టీ పక్షాన నుంచి మేము బలపరుస్తున్నాం.
Naidu has reiterated that his priority number 1 will be Amravati.
మన రాజధాని అమరావతి, అమరావతి రాజధాని, విశాఖపట్నం ఆర్థిక రాజధానిగా, ఒక ప్రత్యేకమైన సిటీగా.
Meanwhile, preparations are underway for mega swearing-in ceremony that Prime Minister Modi will be attending.
We are also looking forward for that. Amit Shah ji is coming this evening, and Honorable Prime Minister is coming tomorrow morning, and we have a message from Eknath Shinde ji that he would be here. Yogi ji, we were expecting him, but because of some unforeseen problem, he had to stay back.
Questions loom, however, on who will get what in the Naidu cabinet. Sources have told India Today that majority of the berths will be reserved for TDP.
Telugu Desam Party led Janasena and Bharatiya Janata Party leaders are in talks regarding the seat sharing 25 ministerial berths here for Andhra Pradesh cabinet. Who will make the cut? The Janasena, according to sources, has asked for 3 to 4 seats, while the BJP will hold 2 seats in the Andhra Pradesh cabinet.
But the biggest buzz is over power star turned power neta Pawan Kalyan and whether he will be named as the Deputy Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. Kalyan's party, Janasena, has scored 100% strike rate and bagged all 21 seats that they contested, and there's been endless speculation on what Pawan Kalyan's role will be in Team Naidu.
Superstar, power star, Pitapuram MLA, Janasena Chief, Deputy CM?
I don't know. You're talking to me. Maybe too many titles are there, which I don't. For me, it is like I'm Pawan Kalyan, and whatever life gives me, comes to me, I'll do it, whatever best I could.
So you're not denying it, sir?
No, not Deputy CM. No, we're not thinking about it. As on now, I think it will take us 2-3 more days. We'll think about the state issues and how the power sharing and all. We'll talk about it.
The stage is now set for a historic swearing-in ceremony in Vijayawada's Gannavaram as Chandrababu Naidu and team will take oath to transform Andhra Pradesh. With Apurva Jayachandran in Vijayawada, Bureau Report, India Today.